Hi there. This has been a very stressful and awful week in the United States of America. And I want to encourage you to connect with people around you and to look out for your own well-being. As I think about what I could possibly say in response to what all is going on, I don't want to ramble aimlessly. I have lots of thoughts, and the main thing that I want to say is the Esperanto community is one that is inclusive and kind, and I literally am teaching you how to communicate better so that you can tell people things exactly how you want to say them, and you can communicate on a wide range of topics. That's the goal, is to encourage freedom of speech and freedom of your own personal speech so that you can truly express what you believe and see what others believe too. I don't just teach you how to speak, I'm also teaching you how to listen and how to evaluate and to reevaluate your thoughts. My personal beliefs have changed drastically from when I was younger, and learning Esperanto and meeting people from all over the world by learning this language has been a big part of that. Another big part of that is getting involved in regional theaters where I lived, where I met people from all walks of life, not just people from my own church and school where I was raised, but meeting other people, drastically different life experiences than I have. And so communication is key, but also entertainment is key to getting through rough times. So, yes, I'd love to remind you that the deadline for the American Good Film Festival is about 3 weeks from today. It's October 10th. That's the last day to turn in a film for it. Okay, I've plugged that thing many times. I've spent 5 years promoting that festival, creating it, running it, and handing it off, and still promoting it and encouraging the new host with their responsibilities and making films for it. But I specifically want to promote it today because a highlight for me for this week has been working with one of the directors, John Huang, a Chinese-Canadian Esperanto speaker, who let me park my car at his place near Toronto for almost 2 weeks this summer for the Du Landa Congresso that happened there. And he let me stay at his house for a few nights there before the Congress began and then afterward. And the morning that I left from his house, we filmed a short film for the festival. It was a nice surprise. As I was riding the train from Niagara Falls back to his house, he texts me and says, Alexo, I have a script. I want to shoot this before you leave. Can we make this film? So we made a film. And the film was pretty silly. It was kind of just a goofy reenactment of a true thing that happened the day that I got there 2 weeks earlier. So we kind of took a scenario and just cranked it up to 11 and kind of dramatized it a bit, but with some goofiness involved too. And so we filmed that, and right afterwards I drove 16 hours back home right after that. But that was really fun. And then watching that footage and working with John, okay, we did use the wrong word here. Can we re-record this one word? And helping him edit that and polish it up. And I could just see how much he was lit up and excited to work on that while we were filming it. And then afterwards, how proud he is of the finished product. Is that film gonna win first place in this competition? I don't know. This is like the first film that John has directed. He's a great photographer. He's done some amazing photos. He's the official photographer for several world congresses of Esperanto. So he's a great photographer, but this is definitely a different medium to make a film. And so I got to do that with him and see him learn a new art form. It's very different to direct a film than to just take one single photo. You're taking all kinds of photos back to back to back as you film the different scenes. So that was so much fun to get to do. And then to revisit it as we polish it up and get it all ready to go and make sure the subtitles are typed just right. Actually, let's trim it down and start the next scene right then. And oh yeah, the pacing's better now. And chipping away at it, making it as good as we could make it. It's still, it doesn't necessarily belong on network television or anything, but it's fun to watch. I'm excited to share it with you guys. I wish I could share it right now, but I can't because you gotta wait till all the films get released at the same time as part of the festival. But that was a real highlight for me this week, was revisiting that. This Friday, in 2 days, I'm going to be filming my own film. I'm doing another Shakespeare. I'm doing a scene from a Shakespeare play with some actors. So I've been rehearsing with them and figuring out what their costumes are going to be. And that one's going to be more complicated and ornate, and we're going to have some fancier equipment there for that one. And then a couple days after that, on Sunday, I'm making another film for it. So I'm working on several films for the festival. And it has been really helpful to make art with friends. And then afterwards, I've had some really good discussions, political discussions too, about what was your take on this and what do you think about that? How should we respond about this? And it's been good. And so it's not just la 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 la, let's ignore the world around us and goof off. No, but at the same time, it's not just hovering over a monitor and saying, oh my word, what do we even do next? There needs to be a balance. So, if you have something you'd like to share with the world, and you don't currently have anything other than your Facebook profile, well, this is a way to express yourself, potentially. We've had some Esperanto films get made for the festival about how to save energy and help save the world by, reducing our carbon footprint or recycling more often, etc. We've had films like that have even won prizes and gotten awards, because they had an interesting message to tell and a helpful, inspiring one. So that's an option for you if you're thinking, well, I don't even know what I'd make. Another thing that you can do, though, is just have fun. This one that I made with John, there's no lasting message or anything other than like unity and brotherhood. And if it wasn't for Esperanto, I wouldn't be at the home of this guy's family, and hanging out with them and making a short film with this guy. If it wasn't for this language of peace and brotherhood and unity that I stumbled upon years ago. And so I just want to give you permission to be silly and to goof off and to have fun. I was also reminded of that. I was going through some computer stuff and looking for a memory card I could use for a project, and I came across a memory card that I found at a thrift store in an old digital camera, and it had a bunch of family photos from some family. There wasn't any identifying information where I could, oh, hey, there's your phone number. Hey, guys, I think I've got your family photos. Can I send them to you? I don't know what to do with that. So I'm going to format it. Here it's on my to-do list. But while I was going through there, I found a video of these kids goofing off and doing a little puppet show in their parents' room while the parents are trying to watch TV and just goofing off and having a wonderful time and being silly and bold about it. Not hesitating and going, well, I don't know if I'm any good at acting or telling stories. No, you could tell that they were in a loving environment, connected with each other, goofing off and having fun. And it was really inspiring to see. So I think I'm going to put a little snippet of that at the very end of this video, just to show you what fun and connection can look like, and to remind you that we all can take a break from the stress and have fun and then get back to it. And I'm all for making changes in a positive way and making the world a better place. But laughter is one way to do that. So if you want to make a video and, use a sock puppet or something, you know, you can do that, and that's fine. It's not like all the films for this film festival need to be potential, you know, Oscar award, you know, Academy Award winning films. Otherwise, why are you wasting our time? No, this should be a mix of amateur stuff as well as some professional ones. Those are cool too, and those kind of attract the donors and the headlines more. But the other ones attract people to be invested in it, to get a chance to express themselves once a year in a contest, and let other people around the world enjoy a film in another language. So those are just some reasons that if you were on the fence or even had said, I'm not going to make something, I got enough going on in my life, well, I don't know. Maybe think about it. Maybe just try doing something. If nothing else, just to give yourself a fun break. Practice how far along you are in Esperanto. You can look up the entire text of Hamlet is on, you know, that's public domain. Zamenhof translated that into Esperanto years ago. Maybe do a little snippet from Hamlet, just for fun. You could even like be reading your lines off a piece of paper. There's no rule against that. And we'll get it that, okay, you're growing and learning, but that's fine. You do need to have a spoon in your film for it to be part of the contest. So is there a fun way to involve a spoon in your film? I don't know, you decide. Those are my thoughts. I hope your week gets better and that you connect with other people and reach out. The Telegram group for the film festival, I'll put a link to that below. I think there's about 50 people in there right now. So if you need help with editing or like how can I do subtitles, or can someone help send me a link to some music I could use underneath, or what's a good program to use for editing it together, you can ask for help there if you need help, or you know, grammar help with your script, etc. But don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be perfect, or, you know, just have fun, okay? That's all I got for you. I was going to do a grammar lesson yesterday, but I just think this is more important to say instead. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.
And action. Thank you for watching this video. I like to say that I'm very well done. I'm very fun. Follow me, everyone. Stay. Watch my puppet show. Ooh, me, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, oh my goodness. Ooh, and then we start for the top people. Ladies and gentlemen. Ooh wee, it's a Disney fizzle with the nice side of shit. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thanks to you. This is going to be the best day of my life. I hope I win. Vote for me. Pinkies up. Remember?
How do you zoom in, Mom?
Thank you. Cut.
Oh, it's nice and flaky. I'm getting good flavors right away. It's very sweet.
Patrons, thank you so much for your support in making these videos and for helping people explore Esperanto.